దూర విద్యా విధానంలో డాక్టర్ బిఆర్ అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ దేశంలోనే మొట్టమొదటి సార్వత్రిక విశ్వవిద్యాలయం. దాదాపు 2.5 దశాబ్దాలుగా దూర విద్యా విధానం ద్వారా కంప్యూటర్ కోర్సును అనుసంధానం చేస్తూ బీఏ, బీకామ్, బీఎస్సీ డిగ్రీ కోర్సులను అందిస్తోంది. పోస్ట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ స్థాయి, డిగ్రీ, డిప్లొమా స్థాయి కోర్సులను ఔత్సాహికులైన విద్యార్థులకు అందిస్తోంది. డెవలప్మెంట్ స్టడీస్లో సెంటర్ ఫర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ అండ్ సోషల్ స్టడీస్ ద్వారా ఎంఫిల్, పీహెచ్డీతో పాటు విశ్వవిద్యాలయమే స్వయంగా దూర విద్యా విధాన అంశంపైన పీహెచ్డీ వంటి పరిశోధన కోర్సులు ప్రవేశపెట్టింది. రాష్ట్ర వ్యాప్తంగా సుమారు 4.5 లక్షల మంది విద్యార్థులు ఈ విశ్వవిద్యాలయం నుంచి ఉన్నత విద్యావకాశాలు పొందుతున్నారు. డాక్టర్ బిఆర్ అంబేద్కర్ సార్వత్రిక విశ్వవిద్యాలయం స్థానికంగా స్వయం బోధనా పద్ధతిలో ముద్రణ రూపంలో రూపొందించిన కోర్స్ మెటీరియల్ అందిస్తోంది. కోర్స్ మెటీరియల్ అధ్యయనానికి సహకరించే విధంగా రేడియో, టెలివిజన్ పాఠ్యాంశాల ఆధారంగా కార్యక్రమాలు ప్రసారం చేస్తోంది. అధ్యయన కేంద్రాల ద్వారా ఏర్పాటు చేసే సలహా సంసర్గ తరగతులు, సైన్స్ ప్రాక్టికల్ సౌకర్యాలు విద్యార్థులకు స్వయం అధ్యయనానికి ఒక చక్కటి అవకాశం. ఇవి విద్యార్థి సమీపంలో ఉండే అధ్యయన కేంద్రం నుంచే పొందొచ్చు.
Namaste. I'm Mrs. Jalaja, working as a lecturer in postgraduate diploma in early childhood education department from College of Teacher Education, Andhra Mahila Sabha. Along with me, we have got two eminent speakers today. Dr. S. Ratnakumari Madam.
Namaste.
She is a retired professor from Human Development and Family Studies from College of Home Science, Agriculture University, Hyderabad. Here we have got another speaker, Professor T. Mrunalini. She is working in IASC, Osmania University, Department of Education. And we have got these eminent speakers who have got a vast experience in the field of early childhood education, and they have written many, they have got many publications, they have conducted many programs and seminars. Here we three are there today to give a deeper insight into the certificate course which is offered by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. And if after maybe half an hour or 40 minutes, if you audience have any queries regarding this course, you can always contact us on this particular phone numbers. Kindly make a note of it. I say 040 270 31431. Another number 270 31432. The next number 270 31433. Yes, right. Let me ask you, let us look at this certificate course, madams. Are there any universities or institutes which are offering the certificate courses for pre-primary teacher training?
Yes, there are number of organizations offering this kind of course. Worth mentioning, there are 3 organizations. One is Andhra Mahila Sabha, where they offer a diploma course, that is after graduation, and that's a 1-year program. And we have another organization by name Princess Essence Women's Education Center, and that is offering 2 years course, and the requirement is after intermediate, after +2 they offer this program, and this is a 2-year program, but it is recognized by NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education, and that is one of the good program. And we also have a certificate course offered by College of Home Science under Agriculture University. This has a university recognition, but this is a very short term program, 6 weeks program, offered twice a year, and for 10 plus, I mean after 10th pass, this course is given. The content is more or less similar, but and the planning is done by the ECE experts. But B.R. Ambedkar University is the only university that is offering certificate course, this kind of certificate course on distance mode or distance education.
That means it is almost to the doorstep
To the needy people.
To the needy.
Yes. Because this has a lot of advantages. There are number of other organizations offering, but still this is the best one, and because of so many advantages. First one is the student need not be present in person directly all through, and this is a 1 year program, and this 1 year program can be if they can complete well and good, otherwise they can complete in 3 years. So, they have that facility also.
Okay.
And the program is planned in such a way that it is convenient for the student from different parts of the state, and and they do not have to travel much. The fee is very less, and the content is written, yeah, it is only 4,000 rupees, and the content is written in a simple language. Even the practicum and the requirements are less. But and from wherever they register, they can do the work, practical work, everything from that place.
Even women who are at home also.
Yes, even I mean if they pass 10th, that is the basic requirement, and homemakers, they do not have to leave the family or children, and they can do it very conveniently and take the certificate after 1 year.
That seems to be really wonderful. Madam, would you like to tell us something more about what are the courses offered in this particular program?
Yeah, this is basically, as Madam has already shared, it is a certificate program which is offered to anybody can take it up, this particular program, and it is only, the duration is also 1 year, and contact programs only, they have to have face to face interaction. Basically the program objectives, if you just look into the website also, you will get them. They are very simple and very comprehensively planned, this particular program, with these broad 4 objectives. They say their main focus is to provide to these teachers who would like to take up this particular certificate course a complete professional competencies required for a teacher who can handle these preschool children. Secondly, they were also looking at the kind of program that they want to give to these people in terms of developing in them the basic understanding related to various methodologies and approaches that are required for this program, especially to handle these preschool children. Thirdly, they are also looking at the learning process to give them some skills which are required to handle the children and manage the classrooms, all these things. So, with these broad objectives, the course goes with 4, the certificate program goes with 4 courses, broadly 4 courses related to theory. Apart from this theory, there is also practicum. Let me focus first on the theoretical courses. These 4 courses are there: first course, second course, and third course, and fourth course.
So, course means, madam, it is like a subject,
it is like a paper they offer in other courses. So, under the certificate program, there are 4 courses, like 4 papers it is. Paper 1 deal with the principles of early childhood care and education, second deal with significance of early childhood care and education, and third will deal with planning and implementation of early childhood education program, fourth one administration and management of preschool education and daycare centers. So, these 4 programs comprehensively will try to provide a theoretical base to the teacher to handle the children at preschool stage. So, let me just focus on some of the things if you feel necessary. Broadly speaking, the first course which deals with the principles of early childhood care and education, this will really give a gamut of understanding to the whole lot of the program consumers, that how a child develops, what are the different stages of development, how a teacher need to handle and understand the child and various stages of development, how these milestones are set for the child in the process of development, whether the child is going appropriately as per their milestones or not. Are there any problems with the child? If at all there are any problems, they also have the learning background, and they can also look into the different theories of learning, and also they have some areas related to, is it something related to nutritional problems or any other kind of problems, health problems. So this kind of knowledge and understanding also provided through this particular first course. So the teachers will get equipped with all these background knowledge, and also about the health and safety measures also some light is thrown, where they can take up some safety measures and identification, how to identify them and what measures they have to take. All these dimensions are thoroughly covered in this particular first course. Similarly, the second course also focuses very well about the perspective they will develop. What are the established theoretical perspectives in this area? Let us say for instance, our indigenous people like Mahatma Gandhi, most of them know about pre-basic education. Similarly, very well in advance to Mahatma Gandhi, Gijubai and Arundale, there are so many things which will really tell us about how there was a focus laid for this preschool education. So they will get some historical perspective about this ECE development, and also they get to know how it is very important when you talk in terms of, as a parent, as especially as a teacher, when you deal with the children, how it is important, why is it important. These all issues are well addressed in this thing, and they have also made a focus on the quality indicators. What are the quality indicators? Whether the child require or what kind of environment the child require, what kind of facilities the child require, what kind of setup they need to have, what material they need to, all these things are well addressed in this quality indicators of early childhood education. And similarly, they also get an understanding about the psychological aspects. What are the psychological basic principles are involved, and who are the eminent psychologists like Piaget or Vygotsky, or you take any number of people, like some 4 or 5 very important, keenly addressing the preschool issues. Such of those issues were added into the course of study. Similarly, there was also a mention made about the policy issues, how as a policy they have taken responsibility right from the beginning. Maybe you take in terms of plans, 5-year plans, or in general developmental aspects, or about the existing programs, how this policy addressed these issues and what kind of budgetary allocations made, what different programs were added to this. These were also addressed very well in this case, and also they have raised some of the pertinent challenges in this program, conducting this ECE program, and why this program is not really catching up very much, and why people don't have awareness. So some of those issues and challenges also it has given an awareness to the people, and they have also given how the ways and means to address these issues also. So those issues are covered in this, and especially they were also focusing about the child and how the learning takes place, and what is the way you need to teach the child, what methodological component. Briefly it is addressing in this paper. In another paper, the at length discussion is made in another paper. So like this we can even discuss about it in the due course of discussion, as and when we get that opportunity to discuss about it.
So I think now Madam will throw more light on paper 3 and paper 4. So what do they discuss about?
Okay. Under theory, we have 2 other papers. One is on planning and implementation of early childhood education program, and the last paper, 4th paper, is on organization and management of preschools and daycare centers. The 3rd paper on the preschool program, ECE program, mainly focuses on each paper has 4 units, and it focuses on planning aspect, how to plan early childhood education program, what we mean by early childhood education, how it is different from other primary education or other things, and basically even about it talks about, the units talk about the readiness programs, developmentally appropriate programs, what should go into the program, and how to prepare lesson plans. Suppose there is a unit, and you need to teach young children, then how do we split into smaller units, how do we prepare lesson plans, how much time we allot to each of these units, and what visual aid or teaching aid you are going to use, and how you are going to evaluate the child, and all these things will be included under the lesson plan. and even about developmentally appropriate program, because we are dealing under EC, we deal with young children, and it's an informal and play method we use to teach children. So we also have to include lot of thematic based or developmentally appropriate program should be given. And even while learning, the children keep facing some of the learning problems. Generally they appear after UKG. Once they enter the formal teaching, and from class 1 onwards we tend to identify children with learning problems and all that. So the third paper deals with those units, and the fourth one is mainly on administration and management of preschools as well as daycare centers. Daycare center here, preschool is also one of the daycare centers, one example for daycare center, but we also talk about creches, because preschool age is after 2.5 to 5 or 6 up to 6 years, but till 2.5 years it does not mean that child does not learn. Child keeps learning a lot from day 1 onwards. So even daycare, it is not just providing physical care or safety and all that. We can include program, safety measures and so many things. Under this particular unit, the theory paper, we talk about how to establish a daycare center, how to establish a preschool, what are the requirements, what is whether licensing is needed, all these, and if so, what are the things one should address. And for the those who are interested in starting their own center, what is required, all that is given under one unit. And the second thing, they talk about how to manage a school. See, once you establish, that is not sufficient. You may establish, but if you do not know how to manage, it will be a failure. So you should know how to manage. Management includes not only the building and staff and the training part, and not only that, the children, the parents, the program, and the continuation or the expansion of the programs and all that. So management also is a very, very important aspect. And here they also talk there is one unit on parent and community education also, and here you need to gather lot of support from the community, and you need to understand what community needs. And see, a school established in a very posh area is different from a school established in semi-urban or outskirts of the town or a big city, isn't it? So once you know the capacity of the parent, the requirement of the parent and the needs of the parent, then you can also plan your program similarly. Many things depend on the parents and the community support and all that. And they also, one unit has been included on how to maintain records and what are the records that are needed. And without record or without proper planning and maintenance of records, there is nothing you can look back. The records are also one of the important units under the fourth. So all four theory papers have been framed in such a way that a person who is trained to work as a teacher, they are important, the content is important. Even as an enterpriser also, the content is very, very important.
Achha. It's very nice to know that the student has to go through all these 4 papers where they will be having a cognitive input and a knowledge level they have. But looking at the practical aspect of it, Madam, do you think that what are they expected to do in practical sessions?
Basically, according to this certificate program, their main focus is not only providing a base for them with a theory, where they develop the perspective and understanding and knowledge about different dimensions. Maybe when you talk about the physical dimension, now how do we go about in developing this physical development? Is it just knowing about the milestones or knowing about developmental aspects or psychology or principles? Is it sufficient, or how do they go about, or how do they develop this skill in the children? So further, teacher need to be equipped with the skills. What skills a teacher needed? Maybe she has to plan an activity to develop fine motor skills, or maybe gross motor skills, or what kind of activity would be suitable. Let us say for a gross motor skill, maybe hopping or jumping or simple gross motor activities the teacher should be in a position to plan and also create the material required to that and plan that the space, organization, management, planning, everything the teacher needs to put into it. This particular process skill part of it is provided through this practical sessions. So, the teacher is made to plan these activities and probably in the workshops and all they are made to practice them and how to do about, you know, all these things are planned. So, basically the emphasis is laid on skill development amongst the teachers who will handle these preschool children. Apart from that, they are also given course wise practical work. Let us say first paper is there or second paper is there, whether it is about the significance part or milestones part, maybe they prepare some charts with milestones. These milestones are kept on the walls of the classroom. So, the teacher can identify immediately, suppose these milestones are there. The milestones are not just that every child should get it by the time, let us say 2 years old, the child should have so much of height or so much of weight. It does not mean this milestone, whatever is set on the board, should be there with every child. So, there the teacher will develop that understanding, like there are individual differences, this is the average they work out, the minimum to maximum whatever milestones are there, that is taken into account and an average is there in the milestone. So, this teacher, if she has that understanding, so this theory input is given when she goes into the classroom, how she should look at the milestone. Is it just by the milestone chart or what? Then when she prepares this milestone chart and put up on the wall, she will have that understanding and she also knows how to use this milestone chart. So, this preparation itself will make them to develop the focus behind this or the philosophy behind these milestones or psychology behind this milestone. So, the kind of work that is given to them would be really making them to apply this theory very judiciously in doing the practicum. So, the kind of internalization or you can say the comprehension of the theory is made through every course, whatever course is provided theoretically, that is beautifully organized in the form of the practical skill orientation programs. So, there all the practical works related to each course are provided, that is one dimension. The other one is school based activities. So, how they have to really take up the activities in the school when they go and teach different concepts, maybe it is related to the developmental aspects or it may be related to academic skills or concepts, maybe pre-math or pre-language, pre-reading, pre-writing, whatever. So, all these school based activities also related activities also familiarized to them, and these skills are also equipped in them through the practice in other workshop based practicals. So, in the workshop they prepare the teaching aids, they prepare the charts, they prepare the models or they prepare the plans. So, these all things will equip them basically how to really use this theoretical inputs and translate them into practicum and utilize them when they go back to the school for the internship practice teaching program. So, that would be the last part of the practice teaching program. And so, these four in total we can focus mostly and say comprehensively. The focus is mostly laid on skill development. Under the skill development, they have planned into 4 dimensions. One is the school based activities, second is workshop based practicals, the third is practice teaching program, and apart from these things, practicum in terms of internalization or what you say comprehension of the theory to give them what they are doing, they are giving for each course 2 assignments. So, this is also one of the part of the practicum, the practical sessions the students are expected to do.
So, what I understand is a student who gets enrolled in the certificate course, so she needs to do teaching practice for maybe 24 days throughout the year, right? And then she has to attend workshops which are organized, then for maybe 16 days. Then during these sessions they are equipped with the skills that are needed for a preschool teacher. So, madam, I have a doubt here, like when this course is being offered at a distant mode, right?
Yes.
So, that there must be some centers all over Andhra Pradesh, there must be some centers, so where the student has an access to go to that workshops or get attached to the schools. So, can you please tell us where are these centers located?
See, for this certificate course, The Ambedkar University has regional coordination centers at each district actually, and these are called program centers, and the program center is mainly required or a contact center for the students who enroll for this course. See, though it is a this certificate course is very for students it is very easy, because they have to, while filling the application itself, they have to fill the program center they will be attending. Whichever is close to their residence, they can write that in the application itself and attend that program center. Because the printed material, as mentioned, Dr. Mrinalini mentioned, we have theory as well as practicum.
Yes.
And the theory already, the 4 books and the contents of it already we have given some a glance of that, and that is provided through printed material. For practical, mainly for hands-on experience, they have to go to the center, program center, where it has all the things like workshops and academic counseling sessions and practice teaching and all that. And it is planned in such a way that it is easy for everybody. It's simple and easy. They can do the practice teaching in the school or the training center that is available at each district headquarter, and they are required to prepare the teaching and learning material. See, madam also mentioned about workshops. This content has practical content, has workshops also. In workshops, the contact teachers will give them the various exercises, like for planning lesson plans, for preparing some of the material. For example, a simple example of how to prepare a Play-Doh, where they can demonstrate. And see, the teachers are required to know what is teaching and learning material. We call it TLM, and which is helpful for teaching and which is helpful for children to learn. So, this material how to prepare, we can have demonstrations and workshops on that, and group exercises on that, and a lot of clarifications can be given there. And not only that, they also the university also has planned audio video programs, where some of the important lessons they keep recording, and they also prepared the videos, and these video lessons are available at program centers. There are libraries, there are other books available. Those who are interested can go through or access the material, and they can listen to the video recording number of times, in case if that is not clear. In the workshops, they can clarify their doubts, and there are other things like even under practice teaching, students can do 24 days of practice teaching. It is called internship. That is the requirement of certificate course, because these 24 days is meant for, see, on the paper you may read so many things. You may think it is easy to handle young children, but it is not so. And even to teach them, it is not easy. And teaching one, it is not teaching one child. Under practice teaching, you handle a group of children, handle a class. And with young children, it is not just oral teaching. You also require lot of material. Then only they will understand, they get attracted, and they listen, and the concept is put into their mind clearly. So, for that they need to prepare some of the TLM also. And apart from these things, there are assignments also given to students. These assignments are related to the content, and under each theory paper we have 4 units, and about these 4 units there are 2 assignments. See, student can pick up any of the 2 assignments under each paper, and whichever is convenient to them, whichever they are confident and comfortable with, and they can feel that they can do that assignment. Even these tutor marked assignments are also there. Altogether, it is quite simple. Theory they have to learn, practical they have to attend workshops, and they have to do practice teaching, they have to submit assignments, 2 assignments, that is it.
This looks very too simple. And how do you think, madam, that the students are evaluated during the entire course. What is the evaluation procedure?
As we have discussed earlier, there is theory component and practicum component. They have planned so meticulously for both theory and practical to give weightage and provide an opportunity for the student to learn as well as exhibit its skills equally, because if you just memorize and then write a theory exam and you may pass and get the certification, but their main concern is not only get the theory but also equip them in practicum. So, they have given weightage very well to the practicum part of it. So, when you look at the theory part, they have divided into 3 components. One, they have focused on self evaluation part of it, where every unit and every lesson you have some unit end, in between also self check evaluation mechanism is there in the module itself. So, when the teacher reads the lesson and tries to respond to them, and they will send these to the centers back. So, when they see these answers, whether the teacher is really equipped with the theoretical base properly or not, they are able to write or not, it is not evaluated by the center, but they have to check on their own. So, it will give really a kind of reinforcement for them whether this module I am able to follow it or not, for them to have introspection and self check. So, one mechanism they have given in the theory is self evaluation exercises at the end of the unit. So, this will help them to check up themselves whether they could get the conceptual clarity or not. If they do not get, probably they would get back and reread it and equip themselves. One dimension. Second dimension, throughout the program they have planned such a way that there is a possibility for continuous evaluation. So, when you say continuous evaluation, like where periodic compulsory assignments like course wise, madam was also sharing, they have to prepare them and send to the centers back. So, when it is sent back to them, they understand whether they have completed them properly, they have organized them properly, or the mode of presentation and all, they may check it up. So, continuously they will be in touch with the organizers and the program center, so that a continuous evaluation mechanism through assignments also they are in touch with the students who are undergoing this particular course. And apart from this regular evaluation mechanism in theory, they have a 50-mark terminal end examination. In each course, they have to undergo one final examination per course, which consists of 50 marks. So, this kind of theory will help them to know whether they are equipped theoretically well or not. Apart from this practicum also, they have a very well organized program where they have school based activities, as we have already shared about the practical sessions. So, these sessions are evaluated continuously, and there is a weightage given to each and every practical component. In terms of school based activities, there is a weightage given, and these activities, apart from the practice teaching program, also given a weightage where there are practical records and activities, TLMs. For each and every dimension, they have taken care to give some weightage in evaluation process to declare the terminal degree part of it. And apart from that, evaluation of this, their performance in practical workshops also, when they are doing this workshop, probably through the observation and through their product which they bring out, all that they will observe, the tutors and the counselors who are there at the centers, they are taking care of all these components which they do in the process or during the workshop program. So, that also given some weightage. And apart from that, practice teaching program as such, throughout whatever 24 days they are conducting this teaching practice program, the whole program they have taken some criteria, and according to the criteria the evaluation is carried out and some weightage is given to that. So, in a way, nutshell, I can say that there is a weightage given judiciously for both practicum and theoretical aspects for the student, so that they will equip well and develop the ability and confidence and empowerment to handle the children at preschool level. That is what is the evaluation mechanism they have.
So, because almost equal weightage is given to theory and practicum. So, what sort of teaching learning material, when you mentioned, madam, what sort of teaching learning material are the students expected to take during their teaching practice?
See, the theory and practical has almost equal. I think at preschool level, the practical part is the most important one, and to plan the program is one aspect, and to implement the program is the second aspect. while implementing you require to have lot of visual aids. And earlier it was in colleges and for other classes they call it audio visual aids. In olden days they used to say that, but now for preschool children TLM, it is teaching learning material, and teaching for the teacher, learning for the student or the people. So, it is the material that is required for both of them. One is to transact whatever is the curriculum or the program, the other one is to receive it. And generally this teaching learning material is necessary for pre-primary children a lot. And we can have variety of teaching and learning material, and mostly we can have indigenous material, indigenous or low cost material,
Stimulation,
which is
like providing
yes.
them stimulation.
Yes, because the child will be more attracted, and he also learns by looking
Many
at it,
concepts
by
and
listening to it, through its movement and all that. We have variety of teaching learning material. We can quote some like charts, conversation charts, and even the other charts. We have puppets, we have flashcards, we have storytelling aids, we have flannel graph, we have hanging mobiles. Maybe these mobiles are with thermocol, we can cut into different vegetables, different fruits and flowers, birds
Shapes
or shapes, sizes and so on and so forth. You can just hang them, and they are useful even for to teach a concept of color. For example, suppose you have different color papers stuck on a thermocol sheet, and you can hang it, and the child will be observing, and generally darker colors child will be attracted, and somehow the teacher, once if she mentions it's a red color, so wherever he finds a similar color he will be able to identify that.
Primary colors and all.
Yes, that way the child will be able to grasp and retain that information a lot with the help of teaching and learning material. For example, the storytelling techniques. There are a number of storytelling techniques. With flannel graph you can teach, with flashcards you can teach, with puppets you can teach, puppets also. For example, number of puppets. You have stick puppets, hand puppets, glove puppets and finger puppets and so on and so forth. And these can be used and while teaching a story. Or if you do not have anything, even sometimes you can collect some of the natural material
From our own environment.
From our own environment or from the available environment. You can just pick up some stones and or the pebbles, leaves, the twigs and so many things you can use up. All the waste material you can use up. For example, there is a method, storytelling method called sand tray method, where you can pick up any plastic tray or any office tray which is not being used. You can pick up, fill it with a sand, and you can use some of the ice cream sticks or even the ball pen refills which you throw it generally, anything that will stand in the sand. You can just cut a small chart and fix it like a doll. Even different sizes you can make it. Suppose you want to teach them about a family, maybe a long one and then a short one and two other different sizes to make like father, mother and two children. A garden you can make, a house you can make, everything in the tray itself. You place them and you can start teaching them a small story, or even to teach them good habits also you can use sand tray technique, anything. I think without learning, material, the teaching is almost like salt with, food without salt.
Yeah, that seems to be like the idea.
Yeah, we require, and it's easy for teacher also. Suppose she prepares the material, she will be more confident and she has something to start her teaching, and something for a child to talk about it. See, once you show him, say for example, a model you can make, a model you can make with a mud. You make a cat or anything you make, then child will say, I saw the cat today morning, or somebody has a pet, a cat as a pet, or I have a white color, or I saw a brown color one or a black color one, it drinks milk, and he keeps on narrating so many things. So, you just need to
stimulate them.
Yes, stimulate the child's brain with the help of the teaching material. I think teaching and learning material, every classroom, even when you display
Yes.
some of the material, generally we tell in training, we tell students to have something new on every Monday.
Uh-huh.
Every Monday, if you keep something a new one, the child will be looking what is new today. He will be curious to look at the room, and even the arrangement you can keep changing.
Ah,
So, so child learns to observe. Through observation, child learns a lot. It's not one thing. Mainly, you pick up so much from the environment, the material that's available, the resources that are available. You keep learning. So, it is a must. TLM is must.
When you're talking about all this TLM, madam, I'm reminded once I was reading in the paper that the activity of cutting, tearing, pasting in one of the schools, this old newspaper is given, I believe, and then children are asked to make into pieces, and it is not thrown anywhere in the class. They are supposed to make it into small balls, and the teacher gives a sheet where they have to paste it on the maybe a figure of an apple or anything. They have to paste it. Really, this is really wonderful. I think the teaching learning material holds the increases the attention span of the children also.
Curiosity,
Curiosity,
interest.
attention span, and interest, and
better
it draws
learning.
the children to come to school. That is the first and
Yeah.
foremost thing, I think.
They'll be happy because it's a kind of play for them.
Yes.
They'll be enjoying with the peer group, and collectively and collaboratively they are doing some activities. Mutually they share and also pair up, and then tasks, when you give them, they take it up as challenge, and the creativity enhances in them. And when they share with each other, kind of language skills will develop.
Absolutely.
So the language dimension, or whether it is academic dimension or social skills,
Their
cooperation,
imagination power also may
imagination,
increase also, I think,
creativity.
when you are talking about all
So
this.
all such things,
Almost all mental abilities.
one day I share with you, one of my niece was keeping all the, from an ashtray, all the cigars one after the other, and he was telling it's a train. See the kind of imagination, we never think that a ashtray thrown out to things can be shown as a train. This is an idea the child has generated to show and display it to somebody. So they may come out, probably we keep corners, I was told about the process based learning and all. You leave the scratch in the room, the child will pick up and make so many things, they have their own, as you said, when you start playing, lot of your imagination comes into the material form and the conceptual form.
So I think
like
this
that.
learning happens during this process, not as a pressurized process,
It's a
as a
happy
joyful
learning.
way, method. So this seems to be really wonderful.
They enjoy learning.
So this students who get enrolled in this course, are they given any in workshops? Are they given any training like to prepare this teaching learning material?
They are.
Oh, okay.
Because that whatever is required, they are supposed to ask the tutor there and do all that. They can get trained in making flashcards or charts or any other. See, not that they require, I mean, they need to do whatever is there. Apart from that, they have their own ideas. They are also creative. Each human being has
should
a
encourage
their
and
own
appreciate
creative this thing. So, according to that, they come with lot of very good ideas. We have been, I mean, I am in this teacher training since 2000.
Okay.
And we have come across lot of students, thousands of students. Even after 10th pass, some of them are too good, too good.
Their
In
creativity
making
The
is
ideas
exhibited
there,
then.
yes, they have wonderful ideas, wonderful ideas.
So, please.
So, madam, as a parent or as a teacher, what are the benefits that I am going to get once I complete this course?
Like, wonderful, it is, thrown out for you, the whole world is before you. Otherwise, generally, just let me share with you, normally when we look at, I don't blame anybody, corporate sector or whatever, normal schools, they are not much focusing on the appropriate methodologies or appropriate way of teaching or appropriate teaching aids. This part, much attention is not paid. Even parents at home, where they don't have this background, they just go on giving only memory or repetition, and they don't provide any space for the child to come out with the creativity, or they never allow them to go for open play or in the open ground, or manipulate with the things, because they think that they may spoil the things, or they may break the things, they may destroy the environment, they may, you know, create the dirt in the whole environment. So they never allow them to move or play or do things. So when the parent comes to know about this particular idea and the philosophy and the beauty of it and how it beneficial to the child, you know, this component, if we can really tell to the parent, especially when they take up this particular course, it's not that they need to go for a professional teacher. So they need not go as a teacher if they don't need to go as a teacher. But as a parent, when you know this certificate course is not only meant for the employment, you know, course is meant for us to empower ourselves and help out our children and take care of them. And see, when you join, suppose the parent join the child in a school, whether the school is appropriately maintaining the methodology, or what methodology they are using, how they are teaching, what techniques they are using, is it appropriate to the child, is the child happy in the school, you know, many components that the parent learns through the certificate course. Probably they would get empowerment and also know-how about the course beauty, and they will try to see that the child will get the benefit out of this course at home also. So they may give freedom, they may allow them to play, they may even you know, they come out with so many questions. Children are very curious and spontaneous and inquisitive. They come out with hundreds of questions, whatever we give, we all know it. But the parent will snub them. If they know that this curiosity should not be, you know, kindled, it should be nurtured. So this nurturing part the parent will really develop, you know, when they have this background of the course. So I would definitely advise to the parents, don't stay back just thinking that I don't know, I need to ask the teacher and know what is the progress of my child. Even you can look, please.
I want to add one point here.
Please.
See, the parent is the first teacher. There's no doubt about it.
I know.
And they are not only the teachers, even parents are the designers of the child's development.
Personality.
And even in an academic year, if you take a simple example, all the holidays and summer break, these 2 months, the teacher is mother.
True.
Isn't
They
it?
need to take care of them.
Mother should not think that teachers are there and their job is they will teach. See, mother is a teacher, on and off.
Yes, you're right.
Whenever required.
But she is a regular teacher also, in terms of maybe when you talk about physical health or safety measures or nutrition
part of it.
These dimensions would really help them out, you know, really make them to see whether my child is appropriate, you know, properly growing or not, any problems are there. You know, even academically, cognitive development, is it appropriately happening with the child? Intelligence, is it okay? Or one more thing I would like to share, like teachers, parents also come to know when they read these individual differences. I should never compare my child with any other child. My child is a child, unique child to itself. Whatever it learns in its own pace, let me accept it. So this respecting the child, when they read Montessorial, you know, psychology, or when they read about Froebelian one, whatever they read, that will really make them to internalize the concept and look at the child. So the child will get lot of benefit out of this parent who will really take up this particular
I think
course.
even the advertisement adds to this. It says, Teda hai par mera hai.
Yeah.
That is
So they
that's
accept, they
true.
respect the child. Whatever the child, they respect the child and accept the child. So it's unique to itself. Whatever development, whatever abilities, intelligence, it is unique to her child. So this acceptance and encouragement, maybe the child will never get penalized by the parent in comparing with other children. You know, this kind of knowledge, I think, is very essential for a parent also. Teacher anyway, for the employment purpose and for the know-how purpose, to handle better, to manage the classroom and feel more comfortable and interact with the teacher. They need for that.
I think, madam, now we have got a call from the audience. Let us address it. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Nandita. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Hello, I'm Nandita.
Yeah.
Please say, go on.
Please move on. Ask the question.
Yeah, I have registered for this program.
Yes.
Very good.
Thanks for conducting this program. It's very nice to hear this. So I got the material, but I didn't get the course for the administration of preschool and daycare center.
So regarding this course material and all that, you can always please inquire in your program centers, but here this is an opportunity for you to ask any other queries related to what theory or practical sessions, programs about the program course. You can ask the questions.
Okay. See, you said theory 50 marks. So any other marks will be carried for these assignments and the workshops and all that?
Yeah, sure. The assignments do carry marks. In the theory component, in the practical component, it is said that teaching practice is one session where marks are allotted, where then you have got assignments, paper-wise assignments, marks are allotted.
Let her look into structure.
Please do go through the structure. It is very clearly mentioned there. Yeah, we have got another call. So, hello. Yes.
ఈ ముగ్గురికి నమస్కారం.
Yes, namaste.
నమస్తే. ఇప్పుడు మీరు పెట్టిన చర్చ ఎర్లీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ గురించి కదండి.
అవునండి.
ఇప్పుడు ముందు ఒక మాట చెప్తాను, మీరు ముగ్గురు ఏమనుకోవద్దు. మనమే మన మాతృభాష ఇష్టపరుస్తున్నాం అనుకుంటాను. మీరు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇంగ్లీష్ స్పీకర్ తల్లిదండ్రులు ఎంతో మంది ఉంటారు కదండి. ప్లీజ్ టాక్ తెలుగులో మాట్లాడి విశదీకరిస్తే తెలియని తల్లిదండ్రులు పిల్లలకి ఎలా మొదటి స్థితిలో పనులు పంపాలి స్కూల్కి తెలుసుకుంటారు కదండి. మిమ్మల్ని ముగ్గురిని చూసి ఐ ఫీల్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. నాకు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. కానీ ఒక్కటే అంటే మీరు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడుతుంది, ఇప్పటి నుంచి మాట్లాడేవన్నీ తెలుగులో మాట్లాడారు. బట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడితే ధారాళంగా దడదడ మాట్లాడేయవచ్చు. అందుకని ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎవరైనా ఉపయోగిస్తారు, దానికి అబ్జెక్షన్ లేదు. కానీ తెలుగులో విశదీకరించి చెప్పండి. తల్లిదండ్రుల బాధ్యత ఎక్కువ. చిన్న పిల్లల్ని స్కూల్ పంపేటప్పుడు మొట్టమొదటిసారి ఇంట్లో నుంచే ప్రిపేర్ చేసి పంపాలి. అవును కదండి?
అవునండి,
చాలా కరెక్ట్.
సో మీరు ధన్యవాదాలండి. కానీ ఇక్కడ మేము కోర్సు గురించి చెప్పుతూ డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని చెప్పుతున్నాం కాబట్టి ఈ కోర్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఆఫర్ చేయబడ్డది కాబట్టి మేము ఇంగ్లీష్లో మాట్లాడాల్సి వచ్చింది. సో మీ రిక్వెస్ట్ కూడా డెఫినెట్గా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాము, బైలింగ్వల్గా ఉంటాము. సో ఇంకొక కాల్ వచ్చిందంట. లైక్ హలో,
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ అండి.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
It's good to see that a nice program is being conducted on this television. Probably this thing, other than establishing the own, what do you call it, Kreshi Center or probably the school, are there any good job prospects are there for this?
Yeah, we will be addressing this question very shortly. Very shortly we'll be addressing the question.
Thanks a lot, because my wife is interested in this, so that's why I was.
Sure.
Yes.
Madam, please, what are the job opportunities?
See, this is a early childhood education certificate, and the students can Telugulo మాట్లాడమంటారా? దీనివల్ల చాలా ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయండి. ముఖ్యంగా టీచర్స్గా పనిచేయటానికి ఎటువంటి ట్రైనింగ్ లేకుండా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అయితే చాలా ఉందండి. ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ స్కూల్స్ చాలా వచ్చేస్తున్నాయి, పుట్టగొడుగుల్లాగా ప్రతి వీధిలోనూ ప్రతి సందులోనూ వస్తున్నాయి. అందుకని ట్రైనింగ్ అయినా అవ్వకపోయినా తీసుకుంటున్నారు. 10వ తరగతి పాస్ అవ్వకపోయినా కూడా చాలా చోట్ల అలాంటి వాళ్ళని పెట్టి కూడా టీచర్స్గా నడుపుతున్నారు స్కూళ్ళు. ఇలాంటి ట్రైనింగ్ ఉన్నందువలన ఏమవుతుందంటే వాళ్ళు కరెక్ట్గా చేయగలుగుతారు వాళ్ళ డ్యూటీ. టీచర్స్గా పిల్లలకి మంచి ఉపయోగం ఉంటుంది. సో స్కూల్స్లో ప్రీ స్కూల్ టీచర్స్గా పనిచేయొచ్చండి. డే కేర్ సెంటర్స్లో డే కేర్ సూపర్వైజర్స్ అంటే క్రష్ సూపర్వైజర్స్గా పనిచేయొచ్చు. అంతేకాకుండా గవర్నమెంట్లో ఉన్న అంగన్వాడీ వర్కర్స్గా కూడా పనిచేయొచ్చు. ఒకవేళ వీళ్ళకి ఇంకా క్వాలిఫికేషన్ అది ఉండి డిగ్రీ అది ఉంటే కనుక సూపర్వైజర్స్గా ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాసి ఐసిడిఎస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్లో సూపర్వైజర్స్గా, చైల్డ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆఫీసర్స్గా కూడా వీళ్ళకి ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు మెండుగా ఉన్నాయండి. ఇంకొకటి, ఈ మధ్య అంతా చాలా వరకు ఈ కార్పొరేట్ సెక్టర్స్ కూడా ఎడ్యుకేషన్, ఎర్లీ చైల్డ్హుడ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్లోకి వస్తున్నాయి. దేంటి మేనేజ్మెంట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ని ఒక ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్గా తీసుకుని స్కూల్స్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో అంతేకాకుండా మనం ఎన్నో చైన్ స్కూల్స్ని మనము చూస్తున్నాము. ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి. చైన్ స్కూల్స్ అంటే ఒకే బ్రాండ్ ఉన్న స్కూలు ఎన్నో చోట్ల స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారనమాట ట్విన్ సిటీస్లో. ఇప్పుడు యూరో కిడ్స్ అని, లేకపోతే బచ్పన్ అని ఇలా ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి కదా, సన్షైన్ స్కూల్స్ అని ఇలా ఎన్నో స్కూల్స్ ఉంటూ ఉన్నాయి. సో వీటన్నిటిలో కూడా ఎంతో రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉంది. ఈ సర్టిఫికేట్ వలన ఏమవుతుందంటే వాళ్ళకి నాలెడ్జ్ వస్తుంది, అట్లాగే ప్రాక్టికల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి పిల్లల్ని బెటర్గా హ్యాండిల్ చేయగలుగుతారు. చిన్న పిల్లలకి ఎలా చెప్తే వాళ్ళకి బాగుంటుంది, వాళ్ళకి ఏ టీచింగ్ టెక్నాలజీ వాడాలి, ఇదంతా కూడా చాలా అవసరం అండి.
సారీ మేడం, ఇంకొక కాలర్ ఉన్నారంట. హలో
హలో మేడం.
చెప్పండి.
హలో మేడం.
చెప్పండి.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ మేడం.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్
మేడం, ప్రోగ్రామ్ కోసం చూస్తున్నాను మేడం ఇప్పుడు నేను.
యా చెప్పండి.
చాలా బాగుంది మేడం, మీరు ఇచ్చే సజెషన్స్ వల్ల మేము చాలా బాగా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోగలుగుతాం మేడం మన చైల్డ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ కూడా.
ఓకే,
ప్రశ్న ఏంటాడు?
ఏమైనా మీ ప్రశ్న ఏంటండి?
ఏం లేదు మేడం, మీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూడడం వల్ల మాకు మంచి ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ మేడం ఇప్పుడు పిల్లలకు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. సో అనదర్ కాలర్ ఉన్నారండి రెడీగా. సో హలో.
Hello. See, you said about this 24 days teaching class. So I'm already working as a teacher. So can I get a certificate from there or how is it?
మోడాలిటీస్ అంతా వాళ్ళ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సెంటర్లో.
సో actually all this particular question can be answered by the program center when you go to the program centers during workshops, and actually academic counseling sessions are also there. This center offers, these program centers offer academic counseling sessions. There all these such type of queries can be answered.
When will be the examination?
Generally the final
May,
exams
month
are in
of
the
May.
month of May, every year in the month of May, and the university will definitely intimate and decide. These are all simple questions which can be answered by in the program center itself, madam. Okay. So now like to wind it up, madams, really it was very interesting to know that how this certificate course is really benefiting a teacher who is not trained actually. And a trained teacher, I got really a good insight into what is the difference between a trained teacher and an untrained teacher who is handling children from 2 to 6 years of age. That is too good. Now the
హలో మేడం, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ మేడం.
yeah, hello చెప్పండి.
ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పే చేయాలంటే అర్హత ఏముండాలి మేడం?
దీనికి అర్హత ఇంటర్మీడియట్ చదివి ఉండాలండి.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఇయర్లో నోటిఫికేషన్ ఎవరు మేడం?
పడుతుందండి, నోటిఫికేషన్ పడుతుంది. మీరు వెబ్సైట్ చూడండి, వెబ్సైట్లో చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకా ఇటువంటి క్వైరీస్ అన్నీ మీకు తప్పకుండా ప్రోగ్రామ్ సెంటర్లో మీకు చెప్తారు. ఇప్పుడు ఆల్మోస్ట్ మనం వీఆర్ రన్నింగ్ షార్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. సో దట్ వాస్ వెరీ నైస్ on you both madam speakers that you have given a good insight into this course, the certificate course. That was wonderful, and we'll be meeting you again. Thank you. Namaste.